And that, that brings to a conversation about Ori. Um, I've noticed, a lot of people new that are coming into Ifa, especially in the West. They kind of, they put an emphasis on Ori, but some people put an emphasis on Ori to the point that they feel as though they don't need anything in the world but Ori by itself within the culture.
Yeah,
And my thing is like Ori gets misguided a lot,
yeah,
because Ori is made of so many different parts. Just between Ori Inu and Ori Ode, right there, those two aspects can be out of alignment or,
yeah.
anything like that. So can you speak to kind of the ways that Ori may be misguided and why people have to kind of always return back to some of the sources with their guardians and things like that to keep it in alignment?
Absolutely. Well, just going back to the beginning, like when we're talking about Ori, we're talking about the whole religion. Ori is nothing more than the extension of Olodumare via Emi, which is the sacred breath, and his daughter within the human body, right? They have to both be there in conjunction for life to be possible. The divine breath and the divine spirituality, which lives within the head. It's our whole religion. The whole religion is based on appeasing Ori or our destiny. That's why we have Orishas, right? Orisha means guardian of Ori or selected head, which was used to appease Ori. So the idea that we only need Ori is pretty erroneous because if that's the case, Shango and Oshun and all these people wouldn't have been created or identified, right? When we're talking about Ori Inu or the Ori that lives within, we're born with that. That's in the Odu Babao Gundameji, which is centralized between, 3 points. You have Ori, you have Ionu, which is centralized in the belly button, and Imponring, which lives in the left big toe. That's why if you notice in the traditional Ibori, those are the 3 points that they focus on. In the Afro-Cuban Lukumi one, we base ourselves heavily off of the Odus Obeyonu as well as Oturawani. Where the joints are more focused on. But I myself, as well as a lot of brothers, still incorporate the African points because, that's the spiritualities upon which the body stabilizes. Now, there's not a lot of emphasis on it in the New World because a lot of those secrets and traditions didn't make it over, and that's in the Odu Babao Gundameji. It says we're born with Ori, but we still have to fulfill our debt with Ori Ode, right, which is the Ori that lives outside. And that's really where people get confused because they're like, if I'm born with a head, why do I have to receive my Ile Ori, right, which is the beautiful, cone-shaped structure that we consecrate the Ori debt with. And I actually just got this question yesterday on the channel, and I'll answer it now. The reason we need our Ile Ori is not because that is replacing our Ori, by no means. What's occurring is that icon symbolizes us to nature as having fulfilled that debt. So when we go to actually, consecrate Ori or align with Ori Ode, what we do is we identify what are your specific debts with Ori, just based on Ori, and which Orishas you owe to based on, their debts to you with Ori to them, right? So let's say, I have to offer Shango a ram based on him protecting my Ori. All those debts, we come down with a lot of debts because you have to promise a lot to be able to make it out of heaven. Of the trillions of possibilities of human beings, we're actually here. We're a miracle, all of us. So Ori is kind of a reiteration of that. So to be frank with you, that's the one that I give. Now there is a Lukumi one, and everybody has different paperwork, everybody has different preferences. But when I was able to learn about the Sheshe Ileori and see the concepts and the components that go into it, I was quickly convinced that this was the one I wanted to move forward with and ultimately aid others in doing so with. So that's actually the one I give and the one I received from my brother, my teacher Lasarito Ofumbile. And my life changed. Ifa, obviously, all of these things are life changing, but I noticed a really significant change after that. The store either opened or went to another level. My relationship catapulted into another level where I was able to procreate. Like all these things kind of started falling into place. So it's a bunch of pieces to the puzzle. But, some people, would say that Ori is, I mean, me personally, I don't like consecrating Ori before the person has hand of Ifa because I need that Odu to be able to consecrate your Ile Ori, right? But for the gentleman that's meant to become Babalawo, I actually like to do it after they do Ifa because at that point we have your Odu of Ifa. But either way, the most important thing is receiving it. There's things you can incorporate later to sew things up. But that's pretty much Ori in a nutshell. But it's something that everybody needs, along with Egbe,
Bene.
Aje, and
Mhm.
Egungun. In my
Mhm.
opinion, those are the four most important deities apart from Orula and Eshu.